Variety just dropped an article that is wild, man. Wild. Talking about stuff that happened behind the scenes featuring Rachel Zegler. Gina Carano's mentioned in this. You can see the title here inside Disney's Snow White fiasco. Death threats, beefed up security, social media gurus for Rachel Zegler. Oh, there's so much packed into this, and we are just going to get right into it. So basically, someone from inside Disney went to Variety and said, oh man, you're not going to believe the nightmare that we had to deal with in working with Rachel Zegler. So again, the article begins on August 12th, 2024, 3 days after Rachel Zegler hit the stage at Disney's D23 fan event to introduce the first official trailer of Snow White. Her ex-post drove the teaser to 120 million views in 24 hours. 1 minute later, she added an afterthought in the same thread. And always, remember, Free Palestine. That tweet got 8.8 million views, nearly 4 times the number for the initial post. Quickly made the rounds, with many inside the studio expressing shock that the Snow White star would commingle the promotion of its 270 million tentpole with any kind of political statement. Remember, Gina Carano got fired for a lot less. A Disney executive raised the studio's concern with Zegler's team, while the producer, Mark Platt, flew to New York to speak directly with her. And many people were saying that he was trying to get her to delete the tweet. Please delete the tweet. You should not have put that underneath the teaser trailer. She didn't do it. But the actress, whose relationship with the studio began to unravel in 2022 during the West Side Story Awards season campaign and continued as she trashed the beloved original Snow White, stood her ground, and the post remained. Behind the scenes, death threats towards Zegler's co-star, Gail Gadot, who is Israeli, spiked, and Disney had to pay for additional security for the mother of 4. Goodness. She didn't understand the repercussions of her actions as far as what that meant for the film, and for Gail, and for anyone, said one insider. So she just was like, I'll do whatever I want. Nothing's going to happen. Who cares? It's not my fault that people are mad. I'm Snow White. Jeez. 3 months later, following the presidential election, Zegler posted F Donald Trump and made Trump supporters never know peace on Instagram. Disney had had enough, given that the star was signaling to half the potential audience of an already troubled film plagued with costly reshoots to stay home. Mark Platt, the producer, made the case again to Zegler. After a back and forth, she began working with a social media guru paid for by Disney to vet any post before the film's March 21st bow. That probably is why she quit social media. Or excuse me, she quit Twitter. She was like, I'm not going to be on this app anymore. I'm done. And she just kind of stayed with Instagram. Disney declined to comment. Zegler did not respond to a request for comment. So now Disney was in charge of her social media, because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I feel like she will never work for Disney again. I just don't see it. If they had to go this much trouble, and now that the movie is like costing them tons of money, she will not work for Disney. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. Now that the film's dismal opening weekend, 87 million worldwide, Burbank brass are evaluating what went wrong. To put Snow White's global box office haul into perspective, it's about 34 million less than Joker Part 2, with a bigger budget by 70 million. You can't say that a live-action remake of the most iconic film in the vault that cost $270 which we all think it costs a lot more than $270 million, and has been reshot multiple times, opening to $50 million is okay. The math does not work. The movie should be a $1 billion movie. My prediction still stands, $320 million total. That's my prediction. Been saying that for months now. People called me crazy. Now they call me a genius. I guess we'll see. What a nightmare for Disney Rachel Zegler has been. I mean, this paragraph right here should have been the red flags for Disney in working with Rachel. The article says the Disney Zegler standoffs underscore the challenge Hollywood studios face as they attempt to rein in stars who court controversy on social media. I don't know if Rachel courted controversy. She just said things that she shouldn't have said. I guess, never mind. I think here they're trying to talk about political stuff, but Rachel said things before the political stuff that had people questioning when she trashed the original, and like called it weird and all that. So let me go back. They're probably talking about politics as being controversy on social media. For her part, Goodall kept her comments limited, and she didn't mix the message with her promotion of the film. Zegler had already strained nerves at both the studios and Steven Spielberg's partners when she complained on social media that she wasn't invited to the 2022 Oscars as the star of the Best Picture nominee West Side Story. She had just begun production on Snow White in London, and Sean Bailey, then president of Walt Disney Studios motion picture production, declined to cut her loose for the telecast. So basically, she cried about it some more, and finally the Academy says, all right, let's just get her a ticket, please, even though she wasn't nominated. My goodness, red flags, hello. How come I'm not at the Oscars? I was in West Side Story. Where's my ticket, huh? Well, you're shooting a film right now. A lot of actors in their middle of something. They don't go to the award show because they're making movies. But no, she had to go, huh? She just had to go, even though she wasn't nominated. Oh man, here's where it gets good. Months later at the D23, she criticized the original 1937 Snow White, noting that the prince literally stalks the heroine. One top agent says that was the moment that Disney allowed Zegler to control the narrative. The first time she shoots her mouth off, you nip it in the bud. Instead, the studio said nothing, and purists began to revolt. So you literally, in this article, pushed off so many people that possibly would have seen your film, and now you wonder why no one showed up to watch your film. Purists, Trump supporters, the political stuff. You just pushed all these people away, and they're like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not supporting this. And as time went on, Disney became increasingly loath to weigh in on anyone's speech, considering that the studio was sued in 2024 by actress Gina Carano, who claimed she was fired from The Mandalorian for voicing her opinions on hot button issues. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. She was fired because of an Instagram story post. That's why they let her go. She was asking questions, things like that, and it turns out that Gina Carano was right. Gina Carano never attacked the fans. She never attacked the direction. She never attacked Disney. She never attacked Lucasfilm. She never attacked anyone. She was just asking questions, mostly about the government and things that were happening in the government. Never mixed her job with Star Wars, and her post. She never mixed that. She was very kind to the fans and anyone else that wanted to talk to her. And anytime you go to a convention and you see the other actors that were in The Mandalorian, who was your favorite person to work with? They all say Gina Carano. Even the progressive left actors, the conservative ones, they all say Gina Carano. You can't get people to say that about Rachel Zegler. Many additional factors contributed to the film's woes, including a COVID-related production delay and a fire on set, while the actors' strike scuttled some reshoots. Meanwhile, Disney's live-action movies, which were once reliable box office draws, have looked shakier in recent years, with the likes of Dumbo and Maleficent, 2 bombing, and Peter Pan and Wendy getting shipped to Disney Plus. Listen, there's really only one person to blame for all this negative stuff that came around this film. And now, like, there's reports out there where it is like how much Rachel hates Gal Gadot. She did all this post on her Instagram about how much she loves everyone. She's posted pictures of everyone from the movie, directors, key grips, stand-ins, except for the evil queen. Interesting, huh? I mean, the PR is so bad that they canceled the red carpet in LA. They're being sued by little people over this film. This is crazy. There is so much controversy and like negativity and stuff around this Snow White remake. It is unbelievable. I have never seen anything like it. This last paragraph, by that point, Disney had given up hope that the film could overcome the backlash that had been brewing like a fairy tale cauldron for years. And I know more people are going to be speaking out about like everything that was happening, behind the scenes. And I'm telling you, this is my prediction, and I'm sticking with it. I believe down the road somewhere, Rachel will eventually blame Gal Gadot for the movie failing. I just feel it like, and I could be wrong. And you know what? Prove me wrong, Rachel, so I can go back and say, I was wrong about this. Maybe she's changing. Maybe she's turning over a new leaf. This thing has been just a problem from day one. They should have had a PR team in there. They should have taken over social media a long time ago. They should have done all this. They should have put all that in the contract. And I believe if Rachel does ever get hired by any one of these big studios, I bet that will be in the contract. Like no social media, no nothing if you want to work here. I do feel, and I've said this many times before, that her future probably will be like Broadway type stuff. And yeah, and she literally got hired to do that right after the movie dropped. And I think that's just where she's going to be for a while, maybe for the rest of her career. But for a single actor to bring this much backlash and problems to a production that they were hoping would hit $1 billion on one of the most classic IPs ever, and to do this poorly, I feel like that they are, they're just going to move away from Rachel Zegler. Move away. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is Jay. We will catch you next time.